Okay, are we ready for B6 now? Right. Lower bound, upper bound. So what's the lower bound? 0, 4, 8, 12, 16 and 20. And the upper bound? 4, 8, 12, 16, 20 and 24. And let me put in the frequencies here. 3, 9, 25, 36, 19, 8. Now in fact in the exam they kind of expect to see evidence of your work, and normally what they expect to see is some table, something like this, to show your calculations. So a table like this will do. Now my advice in the exam is when you are drawing your table, make sure you do it like this, where you give yourself a lot of space, like here, lower bound, upper bound, and F. And the reason I say that is because maybe later you might find it convenient to add an extra column in the middle, where here could be like the midpoint X. Because maybe you want these two to be beside each other so it's easier to read. You won't make a mistake. Okay? So that's just some advice here for your table. Because of course in Excel it's no problem for me just to go insert column. So you want to make sure you give yourself space to do this as well. Calculate the mean. So I need to know the midpoint. So what's the midpoint here? Yeah, it's 0 plus 4 divided by 2. So you have 2 and 6 and so on. Okay. So the mean, I need to do, what's the formula? It's, what's first? 3 times 2, no, just the mean, yeah. Plus 9 times 6, plus 25 times 10, plus 36 times 14, plus 19 times 18, plus 8 times 22, and then what do? I should divide by total frequency. So in the exam you could write underneath here what the total frequency is. So the total frequency is 100, and in fact they tell you that in the question as well. They say it's 100, so divide by 100, 13.32. Okay, but that's not quite finished. What else do I need to know? The standard deviation, which means I should also know what this is. Well, that's easy to calculate. It's this one multiplied itself, so you get this. And of course I also need to know what this one is. Yeah, so I need to calculate x squared here now, which would be 4, yeah, 36 and so on. Okay, so here it would be, now this is where actually, come to think of it, I might have been better off putting this beside the F, but it doesn't matter, That times that, plus that times that, plus that one times that one, 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 divided by 100. So the standard deviation, that is the square root of this bigger number minus the smaller number, and I get 4.666. I think, yeah. Next is the cumulative frequency curve. So here I definitely want to put my CF after my F. But for me in Excel, I think I'll make my graph a little bit easier to do if I put the CF here. Anyway, what's the first one? 3. And next? 12. Yeah, it'll be 3 plus 9. 12 next?
Plus 25.
Yeah, so on. And total is 100. Okay, so let me make my graph. Now, is it curve or polygon? Curve. It's curve here, isn't it? Yeah. So I would like this one with smooth lines, thank you, and my title is 2015 B6, and what's on my X? It's time in minutes, and my Y is cumulative frequency. Such a nice graph. Me gusta. All right. You need something like this on graph paper. You know, if your biology teacher was here, you'd make him so sad. What do you think the answer is? I would like the title on your graph. At the very least, you should put your student number as the title so that if your page falls out of your book...
You can seriously do that if your student number as a title.
As a subtitle. Look. You're worrying about things which aren't important, really. This is the graph. So how many marks for that? 4 marks. Okay, now we need the median and the interquartile range. So if I go to 50, the median looks like it's around about 12.5, something like this. I don't know about 14 or 13. I'll say 12.5. And then we have lower quartile and upper quartile and then interquartile range. So lower quartile, 25 marks, 6.5. Upper, no, it does matter. Oh my goodness, it does matter in the exam. Oh, yes, they want you to be accurate to 1 millimeter. No, you're doing that thing where you pretend. I haven't told you this before, but I have.
Well, I'm usually on that.
Okay, fine. That's fine. I'm glad you acknowledged that. No, please. What do you mean, how do you find it? I don't have graph paper. You take your graph paper, you take a ruler, and you go nice and slowly across the page, and... No, seam 6, yeah. Go across the page with your ruler, and go down the page with your ruler, and carefully read the number at the bottom. Come on, I'm moving on. Upper quartile. Now it's difficult for me to do because I don't have all the lines on my graph paper, which you do have. 75 would be around about 13.5, I don't know, or 14 or something. 14. And then the interquartile range would be 14 minus 6.5, which is 7.5. Okay, finally, the D part. Estimate the number which took more than 18 minutes to go through the chemical reaction. So if I go back to my cumulative frequency, no, don't worry, not going anywhere just yet. So look here. 18 minutes is about here. So about 90 samples took 18 minutes or less. So if 90 took 18 minutes or less, how many took more than 18 minutes? 10. So I'm going to say it's roughly 10. More than 18 minutes is roughly, the frequency is 10. Now you can kind of estimate that from the graph here. How many took between 20 and 24 minutes? 8. Can you see that on the table? But we don't want 20 to 24. We want 18 to 24. So it's not surprising that my answer is a little bit more than 8, because it is a little bit more than 20 to 24. It's 18 to 24. So 10 is a perfectly reasonable answer here. Yes. 15, 16, these are a little bit too big. 10, 11, 12 is the type of number roughly I want. 15, 16 sounds like something went wrong. It sounds like something went wrong. Went something. Okay. So, how many hours do we have tomorrow? Is it 2 hours or is it 1 hour? Friday is 2 and tomorrow is 1. Oh, we don't have it tomorrow. Fine. So, I can do 3 questions in the first class and then 2 questions in the second class, leaving me with about 15 minutes to spare. Thursday we don't have class. We have 1 class. Perfect. Tomorrow I will do 3 questions. Friday I will do 2 questions in the first class. This will leave you with one class and about 10 minutes. So for the last class, you can have the full class for whatever questions you want me to do on the board. Please think about this before Friday, not during the class on Friday, because you'll waste a chance to get some answers to some of your many, many questions.